everybody. I don't know why I got nervous. This is my first time presenting since school, so this is a little weird. So these are 5 social media tips that will make your social media more productive for you and your audience. So you could technically be posting right now and it kind of be meaningless in a sense, or maybe you're just throwing stuff out there and you're not getting any feedback whatsoever. So this is kind of going to help you a little bit with that. But first, why you should care about social media.
Can I just interrupt 1 second, Cindy,
yeah.
just to give you preference here. For those of you guys that don't know, is Cindy has, I think, almost 9,000 Instagram followers, and she's actually getting leads through Instagram. So I thought that would be a good intro to her, why we're having her present this. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll let you take her.
No worries. A lot of people are like, everybody is like, why should I care about social media? $10 billion have been spent in 2020, and 2020 isn't over, on social media marketing. It's a great source of lead generation for small businesses, sole proprietorships, businesses alone. It's insightful because you can use your analytics to see what you're going to use in marketing. So if you're going to use something for paid advertising online, you might as well throw it out there and see which one's your most popular one before just throwing dollars at your marketing. So it helps that way. You're creating a community on social media, and being Austin is still rather small. I put 7 degrees to Matthew McConaughey because you don't know who knows who that's buying. So it's a great, if you have a community, that they'll refer you to someone else because they'll know you for that specific niche on social media. And then also, social media is important because, as we know, everyone kind of Googles everyone before they meet them in person, or if you're emailing someone and you have their name and number, it's a great way to just figure out a little bit about who they are if you have anything in common. And most of the time, people are going to do that on social media. So best foot forward on there. So here come the tips. Tip 1 when posting: how often should you post? So you want to post 3 to 4 times per week. You don't want to post every day. 7 days, honestly, that's a full-time job if you're posting every day. But 3 to 4 times per week is kind of the sweet spot. Your algorithm is going to be fine. People are going to get to see your stuff, and you're not going to ghost everyone for a while and then come out of nowhere. So 3 to 4 times per week is a great time to post. When should you post? So this is when you kind of have to think about your target audience. If you're dealing with parents, or if you're dealing with someone that's super busy, they're probably going to check their social media at night after the kids are in bed. Or if you're dealing with a millennial, you're probably going to check their phone morning, afternoon, and night. So you kind of have to gauge who you want to view your stuff. And from there, you can go morning, afternoon, and night. And most people check their email and then they check their socials. So that's a great time to post. Should you post multiple times a day? The question is, or the answer is yes and no. So there's a circle button. I'm going to pretend like you guys know nothing about social media. So there's a circle button, it's called stories, and people watch those all the time, and they don't have to be curated and they don't have to be perfect. It's kind of a great way to show your personality without essentially thinking about exactly what you're posting. So you can say, hey, I'm headed to an open house, want to come check it out, or kind of just talk about yourself or talk about what you're doing. And you can post there every day, and that's a great way to gain people to watch your stuff and then go to your page. So I would say yes to stories. Posting every day, I would say on your feed. So when you actually see those squares, you want to only post about 2 times per day. If you get, if you have enough content to do that, go for it. You don't want to post more than 2 times per day because sometimes it can come off as spam, or like, hey, why are you posting so much? You're kind of annoying. I'm going to unfollow this person. You don't really want that to happen. And also, if you post more than 2 times a day, sometimes Instagram can flag you as spam either way, and then you get pushed all the way to the bottom, and then your stuff is kind of not visible for a while. So you don't want to post more than that. What should you post? And this is kind of where I'll get into the nitty gritty, because you could be posting a tons of stuff and it not be landing. So inspiring content, a personal story, a journey, a struggle, a happy buyer result. So let's talk about a California renter that's been living in California for 10 years and they've never thought they were able to buy a home, and they came here, they met you, and they purchased a home. that's inspiring content. So that's something you could tell a story about, you could post a picture about it, or you could do a video about. That's great and inspiring, and it's going to inspire other people to work with you. Educational content, so tips, solutions, step-by-step instructions. If you're a home buyer and you're looking about how to buy a home, or like a new home buyer and you kind of just want to figure out where to go, where to start, small steps or educational steps that will definitely help, or any educational steps. These are the main reasons people are going to Instagram. They're either going for inspiring content, educational content, or motivation. So if there's a new home on the market and you just walk through it, and you're walking through and you're posting about it, that's a motivation. You want to go work with that person. You want to see that home. So you want to post about that. Viral content. Viral content is kind of all over the place, but if you kind of do like a comparison, these are the most popular ones I've seen lately, is $1 million Texas home versus $1 million California home. Those things are going viral every day because the comparison, there's so many people moving here because of that exact thing. You can buy an 800 square foot condo for $1 million out there versus a 3,000 plus square foot home. These are things that are going to attract attention, and they're going to share, like, hey, California friend, like, did you see this? Even if they're not, you never know who knows who that's buying. So that's very helpful. So I hope that helps. Tip number 2, make your social media personal. So you want to think of the people that you're following, or people that you want to potentially follow, or people you've seen online that make it interesting. That's kind of what you want to be. Why does everyone want to work with Joe Gaines and Chip? Because of their personality. Yes, they have great homes, but everyone can make homes like that. But their personality attracts more people to it. So you want to make sure that you're providing that home that they want to buy, but you're also adding your personality, because at the end of the day, they can buy a home from anybody, but your personality is what sets you apart. Sorry. Let's hear. And then stats are great. Again, you can post everything about stats. You can post that the interest rate is at 2.5% right now. But if you're not showing your personality, then what makes, nothing's going to make a difference between your stats besides you. So making your social media personal is really important. Also, you're building a community around your personality and who you are, so that people want to refer you, like, hey, my friend's a realtor and they're online, and making them that part of the community with your personality is only going to open you up to more friends. So like if you post a picture with your dog, other dog owners that are buying a house are going to want to talk to you because, hey, you're relatable. You've already established a commonality. So making it personal makes it a little bit better. And then here are 3 examples. So this guy right here is a contractor / home builder. And he's like he dances every so often. It's a little odd, but most people follow him and they know him for contracting and also like funny videos. This right here, number 2, is all stats. You can see I have no idea who you are. I know you're selling me this home and there's a couple things going on in the city, but I don't see your face, and I just think these are stock images. This could also be if I'm searching online to meet you. Let's say we talked up on Follow Up Boss and we set up a meeting and I'm super excited to buy a home, and I go on your Instagram and I see this and I have no idea what you look like, and I'm meeting you at a coffee shop. I'm going to be more inclined to want to meet this person versus this person because I have no idea what you look like and there's no personality there whatsoever. Again, Joanna Gaines, we love her style. We love what she's about. She's family and all that good jazz, but she puts in the home. So, like, I want my home to look exactly like that, and I want to work with her. Again, there's a lot of personality in that page. So you want to make sure, if you don't like putting yourself on camera, you can take pictures of your clients if they're okay with it. You can make little small videos of talking about something that's really important to you. Take a candid picture and just post it. I know a lot of people don't like to post pictures of themselves online, especially in our industry, but it's still important to add that personality. And you can even see, like, I would actually want to work with 1 and 3 versus number 2. Tip 3. So your ideal follower, you want to figure out who they are, first of all. So if you're selling luxury homes, you're going to go for a certain audience. If you're selling to first-time home buyers, you want to go to that certain audience. So start looking up hashtags that are relatable to your audience. So new homes in Austin. So you're going to look those up, right? And then by that, you're going to see all these people that started liking these pictures about new homes in Austin. You can actually engage with those people. So comment on some of their pictures and say, hey, how are you doing? I love this shot, or whatever the case may be. Make it friendly, because you want to make a friend before you're making it too salesy. Like, hey, hit me up about real estate. Yeah, you can go into that, but are they going to follow you? Or would you follow someone that says, hey, I'm selling ads online, you want to follow me? No, becoming a friend is a little bit easier, and then taking it to the next step, like, oh, hey, this person hit me up online and they're also selling homes in Austin. I want to talk to them and I want to follow them or see what they're doing. And again, it's all trying to make this friend and this communication happen, but then move outside into a sales perspective or have them refer you to someone else. So we're thinking long game with Instagram. Some leads will turn into magical things in a short period of time. Some leads take a while, but it's all about building your community. And sometimes you have to go out and look for it. So that's my tip number 3. Make sure you're looking for your audience. And then tip number 4 is hashtags. So hashtags, I would say use anywhere from 15 to 30 or 15 to 20 if you can. And these, you can search for them. Everybody has specific ones. Austin Homes is one. New Homes Austin, Austin Realtor. It's surprising that not many people use hashtags. Why are hashtags important? Hashtags are important because when you do a hashtag, think of it as a search engine. So people are searching New Homes Austin by a hashtag that comes up. So if you put that hashtag in your picture, your post, that's going to come up. It also comes up in stories. So the more you use the hashtags, the better. So these hashtags will come up, and then surprisingly, again, as I've been doing research, if you put Austin Realtor, there's maybe in the top page or the recently viewed page, most people that are in the top searches for Instagram, some for Facebook, only have 20 likes on their pictures because not a lot of people are using those hashtags. So you want to make sure you use the hashtags, because if I'm looking for an Austin Realtor online, you're going to pop up before everybody else. So you definitely want to use hashtags. So that's my tip number 4. And then tip number 5 is use your bio. So think of this as your little landing page. Not a lot of people use it correctly. Right here, this is where your name goes. So this is Simply Sold Homes renovation. So we know they renovate homes. I have no idea where they renovate homes. They can renovate homes, yes, down here, but in the search engine, this guy, Wade Gills, he's an ATX Realtor. So if I'm looking for ATX Realty, he's going to pop up. But most likely, I'm looking for Austin Realtor, right? If I'm an out-of-towner, I don't know Austin Realtor. I don't really know ATX until you live here. So this guy's probably working with more local people if he's popping up in a search engine. So these things right here where your name goes, you can only change them about every 30 days to my understanding, or 15 days. So you want to make sure you change it to the right thing you want. I would put Austin Realtor here, or something related to Austin and your name. Also Realtor or seller or listing agent, whatever you want to put, but Realtor is what people are going to search for the most. I noticed since changing mine over to Realtor, I've got more real estate leads or more real estate people than before. So I kind of tested that out for you. Your picture, you want it to be a brightly lit, happy picture, because this is what people are going to look at, and they're going to read your little bio, and then they're going to look at your pictures, and they're either going to follow you or they're not going to follow you. So a big brightly lit picture is great with your face on it. No dim lighting. This is great if you're a company, but if you're a human, you want a picture of yourself for sure. He has a great bio, so that's why I'm using him. Selling Austin's most beautiful real estate. So that's great and gravy, but let's say I'm a first time, like I only work with luxury home buyers. Selling Austin's luxury homes. Working with new home buyers, whatever the case may be, you want to make it very specific so that if I'm that person, I am like, yes, I need to follow this person because he's going to give me the information I need regarding what I need. So it's kind of like a very quick, I think it's only 50 or 60 words, if I'm not mistaken, in here. So you kind of just want to give as much information as you can that someone else is going to be reading and thinking, yes, I need this person. There's going to be a call to action button down here. It can either just lead to your page, or you can say call or email. So if someone really wants to work with you, they're just going to call or email you right there. So definitely use those buttons. If you don't already, make sure your Instagram is a business page. That way you can get analytics from it. Also, you'll get those buttons if you turn it into a business page. And then you connect your Facebook with your Instagram when you do your business. So every time you post, you can just automatically post to Facebook. You don't have to make it a double job for yourself. You can just post every time you do that. But here, these hashtags, they really don't matter. The hashtags won't pop up when searching. It's mainly this little bar right here where your name goes, that's where stuff pops up. So definitely using the word Austin, definitely using realtor. Those are things that are going to pop up. And then ATX will pop up as well. But again, those are, you got to think from a perspective of a viewer. ATX is going to be known to locals. If you're dealing with more outsiders, they're going to know Austin. But yeah, that is my 5 tips for social media. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. You know, a couple things you had said in our conversation before was when you're doing your stories is to tag people and to add the location, like Austin, right? Because it'll show up more in the feed. And these are some really good tips. This kind of segues to our next segment that we're going through. Before we do that, does anybody have any questions for Cindy? Just give it just a second here. Obviously, you can. Well, this video will be posted on Workplace, and you can. We'll tag Cindy on there. If you have any questions, you can reach out to her or use the Workplace post.